When things are not working, we have to have the gut to say they are not working. And oftentimes, instead of having the gut to say they are not working, we get stuck. We continue to do the same thing over and over, and then not realizing that, hey, it's not working. What do I do? Um, I had to take a pause from the community that I was in. We tend to focus on the things that we have no control of. Something we do on an everyday basis, every day. We tend to control the things, try to control things we have no control of. And I've been in this journey of trying to control the things that I have no control of. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We simply have to be okay to be in the present moment. It's funny how I say that all the time, and yet I am being reminded of that on a daily basis. Life happens, change happens, things in our lives that we were not planning for happens, and things in our lives that sometimes we probably asked God for in our thoughts, in our gesture, in our behaviors that we never really paid attention to start to happen. And what do we do in situations like that? What do we do when we have no control over things in our lives? And I find myself within a whole year, almost 2 years now, that I've been on a power struggle with trying to control, which first of all, I am already, 49? Putting some primer on. And I realized that for me, it was not happening. For always try to control the things that I cannot control. It's just not going to happen. So what do we do? How do we let go of, the want to control, the need to control everything? And at 49, if I did not get it at 39, some things you may not get at 49 or 59, wherever you are in your life. So let's just take it by tens, okay? You did not get it at 19, at 29, at 39. Now in your 49, you need to sit down and ask yourself, what the heck are you doing wrong? You know, why certain things happen in your life, why certain relationships do not stay, why do you continue to do things that are causing you to self-sabotage. And that's where I've been on a self-sabotaging, because I was never paying attention to the goods. I was never paying attention to the here and the now. Instead, every time things would work out, instead of building that relationship and connection, with God, and say, God, thank you. Thank you for the things that you've done in my life. Thank you for the things that even when I know I cannot control, just letting it be in your hands, you control it for me. When I could not pay my rent, or when I could not pay my car, when I could not do certain things, you come forth. But instead, what do? We instead go on a pity party, like as if everything that is happening to hurt us. Nothing, is happening to hurt us, okay? Nothing comes to hurt us. And you look at it, and when you look at it, what did I just say? So when you look at it, everything that's happening in your life happened to help you see the version of you thought you knew, the version of you that you thought you knew, the version of you that you were messing with. Okay, the there's a version of you that every time you look at her, you say, am I this person or that person? Instead of really looking at it through the lens of you need to be that person in order for you to change old mentality, old curses, old habits in order for you to become the best version of yourself. So what I was doing, I was going on a tangent, but um, what I was saying is instead of looking at myself and be grateful for the places that I've been, what happened, what has happened, what's been going on, I go into asking, oh, why can it not be changed? Why is it the same thing? Why is it always happening to me? So we tell people what to do, and then when it comes to ourselves, we're like, oops, my God, why is it happening to me? Why? And all these times, good things are happening, but I'm not looking at them for where they are and what they are. But I had to stop. I had a conversation the other day with my mentor. It's funny how, it's easy for us as, when we coach people, as a coach, as an educator, when we coach people, we tend to tell everybody the things that we know. Um, we know because we've worked around them, we've experienced them, yet we let fear get in the way, and then we stop ourselves from doing. So I learned to put aside my why. I had to put aside my why. Not I simply learned, I have to put aside my why. I'm showing up as someone who decided to just, you know what, be it as it is, embrace it as it is, be clean. Because I felt like as I was learning, I was consuming instead of really getting the action done. This is a good community where people do work and people work in action and make things work and see progress. And yet I was so stuck in my mind that I could not be fully me and accepting that, okay, this is, you have to do what is being said. You have to do the work as it is supposed to be. And you cannot go any further if you get stuck doing the same repetition. And truly, if you're gonna think that you're gonna do things on your own, let me tell you, it doesn't work. And also, you also have to know who is who are the people you want to work around with. There are people in the community that you are in that are actually taking action, making things work, and then you see they produce, and then you force yourself to do the same. I'm around that community. I realized that a community of two can work, but sometimes it can be a burnout. I have been in this position that I felt like, you know what, right now I need to find a focus in order for me to actually do the work that is given to me to do by my mentor. Um, it's not because I have no knowledge of the business that I do. I am an empowerment woman, an empowering woman. I am also an empowered woman. However, I'm gonna be honest with you, there are times all that can go down that way when fear is in between the line. And yes, I help people build the confidence within to transform that old ways, their old mentality, disrupt that mentality so they can go for the things that they aspire to do. I cannot talk. But we have to allow ourselves to accept changes when change do occur. And Fanadej, I want to talk about the power of telling yourself negative things. By the way, I'm drinking ginger tea. Yeah, it's early in the morning, it's a Sunday, and I felt like this is the perfect day to sort of come clean. I have been telling myself many lies about relationships, lies about business, lies about finding balance. To realize that, first of all, we will never find balance. Let me clarify. I'm not saying that you cannot balance your life. What I'm saying is that we tend to expect that everything has to be a certain way. We want to control everything. The reality is we cannot control it all. We have to control specific things in our lives. Being in your 40s, doing things that you think you were doing right, realizing that you were not doing anything right, or certain things right, I'd rather say, and then that now you have to make changes. You either make changes in your life for the better, or you get stuck, you remain where you are. For me, I wanted to get out of the rut that I have been in. For the past 2 years, I've been in a rut. I've been in a rut in my business. I've been in a rut in my personal life. I've been in a rut that caused me to kind of pause. I was in that community of learners and builders, and then realizing I'm not at the capacity to give my full self to do the things that I must do in order to grow. Such a lie. But the reason why I felt so stuck in that place, in that space, is because in the background, I had so much going on. Last year, I decided to take a leap forward into doing something that after I've done it, I realized it was the worst. I'm saying it was the worst experience, yet it was not the worst experience. It was actually the experience that I needed to live, because we live through experiences every day in our lives. Some experiences might get to us harder than other experiences. So through this decision, I have lived the toughest experiences of my life. Yet I have learned to be grateful for that. And this is where we get wrong all the time. It's because we do not try to be as grateful as possible when things are happening in our lives. We think that when they happen to us, they happen to us because we are wrong, or society doesn't like us, or we have all the negative connotations that we put in the changes that are happening in our lives. Well, I come to tell you that anything that's happening in your life, they are not happening in your life to make you feel like you don't deserve, to make you feel like you're doing anything wrong. Yes, there are things in your life that you need to decide to do. And when you decide to do them, you'll realize that everything that has been happening, whether it is a breakup, whether it is a makeup, whether it is a business that failed or a business that has grown, they do happen in your life because this is the right time for it to happen. If you don't go through the process, you will never learn how to make changes, how to problem solve, how to decide, how to choose, and how to be humble. And let me tell you, in the space that I have been, I understood being humble at a different level, at a higher level than ever. I have learned about humility to a different place, at a different level. I've learned about being compassionate at a different level, a level to change me from where I used to be to where I am now. Let me tell you, it has changed me once I realized why God had told me that I was not compassionate. Why I say God is because I realized that the voice, that person, the love that I embraced, that has told me that I lack compassion, was the voice of God through someone I care, I love, I embrace, I cherish. To understand that, I needed to gain compassion so when I'm around others, I can deliver that compassion that has given to me and the love that is also given to me. It's not that I don't know how to love. It's not that I don't know how to be compassionate. It's not that I don't know how to respect others. But sometimes we go through phases in our lives that make us pull back and become bitter, and it's not when we do not realize how bitter it makes us, we bring it into our relationships, we bring it into the people that we love, we bring it into our friendship, our family building relationship, we bring it in our community and our environment, and it is seen, and it is seen through our gestures, the way we carry ourselves, what we say, what we do. I took a long pause because I was not present. I was not in the here and now. I was not in the present moment. I was just talking. I was just doing. But yet again, I was all over the place. And I realized that at the age that I'm in, 49, it's either I make the change so I can be better, or I stay stuck and then let everyone around me go past and keep going. So I chose to hop on the horse, gallop, and go through the journey, learn and embrace it, and deciding that today is the day that I change and transform things around me that are not helping me grow, that are not helping me be successful, that are not helping me understand that the challenges, the situations are there for me to grow. So this morning, I'm coming into you with my cup of ginger tea to let you know that this process that you are in, the situations that's happening in your life, the change that's happening in your life, they are simply there to help you grow and be better, and not to make you feel like you are nothing. Everything that's happening in your life, the changes that happen in your life, it's because they need to happen. It's because you deserve it. It must happen to you, and allow it to happen. Embrace it when it's happening. Don't go at a place where you feel like, why you? Because it's not about why you. It's about how can I learn through the process and the change that's happening so I can be better for what's coming next. So that's all I had to say. I feel like I don't want to keep showing up, tailoring things, filtering things. Just be me. And if it's a good me for you, then we can go on that ride together, on this journey together.